Hello, hello. So, welcome. This is EDEN BodyWorks, our healthy hair conversation series. We wanted to start this series for us to talk about hair, beauty, self love, confidence, everything that works in tandem within this journey and building and growing. So we are excited to kick it off today. This is a safe space. So this is open dialogue, no judgment. Um, we're very much about community because we need more of it. We're here to be connected. So we are excited to kick it off. And our very, very first fabulous guest, we are excited to have Miss Karess Sydnor. She is a fabulous stylist, a natural hair expert, an entrepreneur, the owner of Canvas Hair Bar, makeup artist, all the things, all the things, everything beauty. So thank you for joining us, Karess.
Yes, thank you for having me.
We are excited to dive in, and like I said, it is conversation. We're just gonna let it flow, just talk about different topics, and we're gonna try to keep it in time. So
Okay, okay.
we'll flow, we'll flow. So starting off, can you let us know a little bit about your personal hair journey from a young lady to a thriving adult, of what that looked like? Not even just with the different styles, but in like learning to love your hair and learning to love yourself. And then the second part of that question is, how did that impact your career choice of you actually wanting to own your own salon?
Okay, so since I was a little girl, I loved doing hair. From as small as I can remember, right? So I used to make my mom, well, not make her, but I used to ask her to get me the Mattel Barbies instead of like the dollar store Barbies, because the dollar store Barbies, their heads would pop off and the Mattel Barbies would stay on. So I would do their hair and it'd be cool. So that's as early as I can remember starting to love hair and doing hair. And it's funny because after I had my daughter at like 22, um I went to cosmetology school, but I went to cosmetology school to be a nail tech. I didn't want to do hair. And so when I got there, I saw how picky everybody was with their nails, and I was just like, okay, this isn't for me. So we were actually studying nails, and we were studying aesthetics and hair, and so I was like, okay, I'll stick with the hair portion of it. And so that with that being said, I worked for a Regis brand and for about 3 4 years, and then I went to be on my own. Once I started seeing the income that I was getting and the money that I was making them, I was just like, okay, well, this can be, all your money. You don't have to split it down the middle with another company. So I stepped out on faith, and God pushed me out the door to start my business, and that's how Canvas Hair Bar was born. But I came up with the name a couple of years after that. So that was 2015 that I stepped out and did that. So yeah, it's been successful ever since, and I love it.
I love it because I love how life works in that way, right? Like,
Yeah,
because when you first start, like you were a young girl, it's like it pulled at your heart, right? It was
yeah,
like you like doing hair, you love doing hair, and then even when you were kind of going to start to pivot, it pulled
hmm,
itself right back
yeah,
in. I
yeah.
love that. Did so when it comes to when it was your hair, like during like middle school, high school, as you're going through, was hair easy? Doing your hair was easy? Did you
Mhm.
love your hair? Were you versatile with your hair? Like how was that?
I did my hair a lot, and I was a cheerleader. So I was, captain on the cheer squad. So I did everybody else's hair. So I feel like that was a part of it too. But I used to wear my hair in a natural bob for a long time. I would get the I don't know if y'all remember this, but the African pride pull through the highlights, pull through the cap. So I would do that, and that was like my first experience with color. But yeah, like I wore my bobs, and then in cosmetology school is when I cut off all my hair and was just like a baldy. And I grow out the taper, cut it off, and yeah, those are my two styles. But I love my hair being short, so yeah.
literally like
Yeah.
led perfectly into what I wanted to ask you next.
Yeah.
First of all, your you rocking short hair, you are like tapered queen, right? And you do all these beautiful styles. And it was so funny the other day, I was in the store and I saw this one rocking this like fierce shortcut. Because I think women who rock short hair have like this presence about it. Like
Yeah.
it's very like she commands the presence. So I went up
Yeah.
to her and I was like, "Your hair is so flat," and she just kind of like buckled. She was just like, "Oh my god, thank you. I just cut it. I'm so used to having thicker hair, but
Mhm.
I just, I'm trying to get my confidence with it."
Mhm.
So with two parts with that, if someone for someone who just cut their hair and they're trying to feel confident and comfortable in it, what would be your advice? And then also, what is are like some style maintenance tips of people who are thinking about cutting their hair? Because I think it sometimes can be a misconception of like it takes no work, it's super
Yeah.
easy, and it's
Yeah.
like no, there's still some upkeep with that.
Absolutely.
So what are those two?
So the first question, I would accessorize with your cut. Of course, it's going to take some time to get used to it. And, it's something different. Our hair is our crown. And it can be sensitive. So going from having a big head of hair to having no hair, it's like, what are people thinking, or how are they feeling, or what do I look like? But just own it, have confidence, put your lipstick on, rock a like you rock a red lip, rock a bold lip, do a full face of makeup and see how that makes you feel. And that definitely helps because I'll be walking around the house looking like a little boy. And then when I put my makeup on, I'm like, okay, I'm good. I'm good. Like, let's go out on a date or let's go do something fun. But yes, just having the confidence is definitely the most important part of having a shortcut.
I love that
Yeah.
because it's funny because I was thinking about this in is the fact of we all have things that we kind of lean on for our like confidence. That
Yeah.
full confidence makes you feel just a little better, right? So it can be like I can feel confidence in my braid, but if I maybe had a shortcut, it would take time for me to grow. And I think
Yeah.
giving ourselves like grace and like
Yeah.
I love like the actual tips that you gave because it's like figuring it out. Like
Yeah.
I think sometimes you're like I step in the house, I'm confident, I have it, but it's like no, it takes time. Like
Yeah.
what words,
Absolutely.
accessorize, lip, whatever it takes. So I
Hmm.
love that. I love that. And so what are the style maintenance tips?
Style maintenance tips: keep your ends trimmed every 3 months. That's like the
Okay.
number one thing. A lot of people don't know how often to trim their ends. If it's short, if it's long, keep it trimmed. Moisturize, always moisturize, drink a lot of water, find you a good product line like Eden BodyWorks. But yes, absolutely. And maintenance wise, don't I would say I always tell my clients, try not to put too much heat, try not to manipulate your hair too much because a lot of manipulation will cause those ends to break sooner. And then, that's trimming more hair. So if you're trying to grow your hair out, don't manipulate it so much.
I love that. I love
Mhm.
again very clear tips. Like those are those are those gems. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
So you have again been in this, you're an expert. You've been in this beauty space and the natural hair space and you've
Mhm.
seen how it's evolved. How for you have you seen the natural hair evolved over the last 10 years? Even if that is in like your industry or just in the clients that come, like have you noticed over the years that women feel more comfortable with their textures or maybe it stayed the same, but from
Yeah.
your point of view, how do you feel?
I definitely have noticed in the last 10 years, more clients, more people are going natural, more women are going natural, even men, like more men are going natural. Um, I've noticed in the grocery store or the hair store, the products shelf going from this to like this massive, like everything. At one point, all we had was Blue Magic. Now we have like everything. So it's definitely like, a huge plethora of products to choose from. And that helps because there are so many different textures and, different styles and we need a lot. Like there's so many different textures when it comes to hair. So
I love that. It works so beautifully because my next question within the natural hair community, I love it because, like you said, it is spotlighted.
Mhm.
But like you said, once you go deeper, there's different layers, and like you said, one is like texture.
Yeah.
Do you feel, as the natural hair industry continues to grow, do you feel that there has been enough texture representation all the way through, from coils to curls?
Actually, I don't. I hate that there is a chart because 1A, 1B, 4C, 4B. That's There's way more textures than that. Like
Mhm.
I hate that our hair has been put into a box because nobody else's hair is put into a box. Nobody else is going off of a chart, to be able to choose what products they're using for their hair. So yeah, there are way more textures than what's on that chart. And the funny thing is everybody thinks they are 4C. And
That
and
is now
there's
that
and
is very true.
yes, everybody does. And I love my 4C girlies. I'm a 4C girly, but everybody's not 4C, and that's what they think.
That is so, no, that's very true. I feel like
Mhm.
if it's a coil of any type,
Yep.
it's instantly
Yep.
4C.
Yep.
Um, well, then that's a really okay. So now I keep hitting you with these two-part questions. When it comes to texture education,
Hmm.
on the flip side of things, one, I guess, how can like a consumer and a client understand her texture, that it's more than just 4C? And then
Hmm.
on the professional side, um, I've seen these videos where the stylist might not be comfortable styling natural hair or experience, and instead of like referring them to someone else, it's almost like they're playing in their hair, and it
Yeah.
becomes very careless, and it can feel very just you know like it's already a bone work experience, our hair.
Yeah.
So when it happens and you leave the salon feeling less, it can be concerning. So
Yeah.
the second part is there enough on the professional side of texture education too for stylists?
Honestly, when I think back to cosmetology school, I didn't have a lot of education on texture. It was kind of like go through the journey and figure out what products works for which textures and, which lines don't. And so I think that's the same thing that we have to do individually, is just to try to figure out which products work for us. I know now social media is more prevalent, so there's a lot of TikTok videos and a lot of videos on Instagram of all these influencers using all these different products. So I do see a lot of my clients who are just coming to me and they don't know about their texture, they don't know about which products to use. They'll kind of find someone whose texture looks like their texture, and they'll try the products like that way. And so I think that's a really smart way to identify, what works for your texture.
I love that. I love it because
Mhm.
I think it really highlights how impactful community is,
Yeah.
right? It's like, this is my journey. This is my, natural hair. And it's like, oh, okay, that looks like mine. And so it's almost like sharing the gems,
Yeah.
right? And we're growing together. And so it builds the industry out even more. So
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
Um, well, let me ask you, I'm going to ask you this. Being with social media is great. It can be a great source of information,
Hmm.
but it also can be like overload on tips, right?
Yeah.
Like, because it's like everybody knows, like, no, use this oil, don't use this oil, and it's like
Yes.
contradictory all the time, and to the
Yeah.
point you're like, forget it, just forget
Yeah.
it. Um, how what would you recommend to simplify somebody's um, beauty routine, and then you being a professional stylist, how would you suggest somebody like weeding out good information, opposed to just things that don't work well?
Yeah. So there are a lot of influencers on social media. And not to knock anybody, because I'm one too, but you don't have to buy everything that you see. Everything is not going to work. Like, it's kind of, just have some discernment on, like I said, find a similar texture to yours and have some discernment. But people are so easily like, persuaded to buy stuff. And I had a client come in today and she was like, oh, I have this and I have this and I have everything and nothing's working. And it's just like, you got to take your time and just don't be so naive to everything. But yes, I would say to just stick with one line first and see which products work, because realistically, a whole product line is not going to work for, someone. Sometimes you have to switch up certain things. So yeah.
I think that's so important because thank you for that, because it's the discernment, because you can just feel it can be almost too much. I know some years ago it was like product junkie, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like so many products and you kind of don't even know what works, what's not, what could be breaking up your hair, what could be growing it. So it's almost like using discernment, taking time. And then that's another thing.
Yeah.
It's seeing over time what's working. Yes. So, okay. Another stylist question. I have not been to you. I feel like I'm going to make a visit to your spot, but it's just literally 5-star reviews. And your clients, you can tell you take care of them with like, not only with your expertise and care, but with like kindness, right? It's like your customer service. It reads just superb. And I know there's been times on social where it can be, stylists can almost, I don't say the word shame, but can be very harsh.
We have a bad rap. It's hard. And I gotta, you gotta prove that to people. So
that's so interesting, because now I think people can come in and it's like, well, can I trust her with it? Is she gonna how's she gonna treat my hair?
Yeah.
And become very a little bit defensive at times. But why is kindness and customer care so important to you in your blueprint when you deal with our crowns?
So that's just my makeup. That's just who I am. In general, I feel like when I go places, people are, it's kind of just, not to toot my own horn, but just having the light, But like, I treat people how I want to be treated. Like that goes all the way back to kindergarten, the golden rule. But I do, and it's like your hair is like it's sensitive. So, and you're coming to somebody you don't know, they don't know you, you don't know them, and so you want to make them feel comfortable. You want to offer them a snack when they come in the door. You want to give them something to drink. If you got some wine, give them some wine. Like, I try to make my clients feel like they're at home. I try to, a lot of the times they'll come in and they have trauma and they haven't been to anyone in like 5 or 10 years, or they're afraid because X, Y, and Z chopped their hair off and they didn't do it right, And it happened today. I had someone in here and she was just like, oh my God, I went to somebody and they messed up my hair and I was scared. And my other client was in here and she's like, you're in good hands. Like, don't worry about it. She's got you. And I'm like, yeah, she's right. You're in good hands. I got you. Like, you don't have to go anywhere else. But yeah, it's important. Because you do. I try to make everybody feel like family. It's definitely important to just take care of people, be kind, because this, we have a bad rap because people are scamming. They're taking your deposit and they're not showing up. They're hitting you with the "hey boo" text. Like, it's just like people are traumatized. People don't want another thing. People don't want to come to the salon and sit all day like we used to back in the day. We used to have our Barbies and our books, and we'd be under the dryer for like 3 hours, been dry like 2 hours ago. But people, I try to get people in and out. So, their time is valuable, my time is valuable, and everything just goes both ways.
You said a word that was like triggered. It is like a trauma. I think you're so right at some points, because it's like, I remember like some people were like, she chopped off my hair, and it's like, I'm not going back. And I think sometimes, even within like how natural hair has evolved,
Yeah.
it was so much like DIY, do it at home. And like, as much as you know, you can learn online, there is nothing like a professional who's like, no, like I know this, I understand hair, I understand texture, I understand this. But for, like you said, it's such a vulnerable experience, right? It becomes this like, can I trust her? How's my hair? And our hair has it's such a statement, right? And like you said, other cultures don't necessarily have that pressure of it being like a statement, but like when we walk outside, it's like it's saying something. So you want to go with someone who is trusted. So have you seen that over the years, more and more of like more women who have been doing like, they're trying to do their hair at home, and then they're like, you know what, I need a professional stylist. I'm gonna pass my trauma. I need someone to help me.
I mean, people try to save money, and I get that, especially in today's economy. Like it's rough out here. I get it. And people have been doing their hair themselves, and some of them give up, and they're just like, just get me together. And I'm just like, I got you, just come in, just come. And I think it's better to, like you said, you're building community, and it's just better to have a professional.
I agree. And you are trusted, because when your clients are like your marketing team, that's the best, right?
That's
the best.
Yeah.
So okay, so with hair, with our natural hair, and we were talking about Gen Z actually before the call started. One thing I do love, and what I've noticed, like I remember in high school, there weren't like a lot of girls who were wearing their natural hair out, right? It was, I remember there was like one or two in my class, and it was like a big thing. Like it was like a big thing. And so now what I see, like the younger generation do, which I love, is like the versatility. Like I feel like they would be natural, then it's protective style, then it's install, like all the things. They're like, we're gonna play with this. But sometimes I love the versatility, but sometimes the actual health of the hair can get lost in it. What is, like, how do you know, what are signs that like you need to listen to your hair? Like, okay, maybe you need to slow it down and not kind of flip through,
don't manipulate it so much.
Manipulate it, yes.
Breakage, the edges, the edges. We love the edges, and the younger girls love the edges, and that's okay. But when your hair is natural and you're relaxing your edges, like that's not okay.
Oh yes.
And I don't know what it is with the edges these days, but breakage, that's with the manipulation, like I said before. Not keeping your ends trimmed, so shedding, a lot of breakage is due to manipulation and due to not trimming your hair every 3 months. Heat damage, I see a lot of heat damage, or like heat damage just in leave out from like having sew-ins, and it's like, yes, the sew-ins look good and it's a protective style, your hair is braided underneath, but is it too tight? Are you putting too much heat on the leave out?
What you had mentioned before, and because we interviewed on our blog before, and you had mentioned before that one of your 2 tips is like a good hair mask, and I want to say it was like in diet and like in like wellness. It was basically wellness. Why is it so important for great products matched with like good wellness when it comes to hair, that both like matter?
So we do it with our skin, we do it with our body. You can have a really good hair care line, and you're eating poorly, and it's not good, just like with exercising. You can exercise all day, but if you're eating poorly, it's not really going to benefit you. So it's the same thing with our hair. Like, we have to keep it moisturized, we have to drink plenty of water, we want to make sure we're getting our, eating our fruits and veggies, and making sure we're getting chlorophyll and all the things.
I love that. Because it works in tandem. And I think, again, we love a quick fix sometimes. We're like, okay, I got this product. That's it. It's going to do it. It's like, well, give it time. And then also that wellness matters, like from what you eat, moving, stress level, like you said, like I think even when it comes to skin, right? I think we're more open to that. He's like, drink your water, all the things, but just on. But we don't give that grace sometimes with our hair. Like, okay, give it a little time. Give it a little time. Okay, I will go. I know we're a little over, so I will wrap up with just quick fun questions.
Okay.
You just said you went on vacation to Mexico. When it comes, come on, son. Take me there. When it comes to vacation hair, braids or protective style or your regular hair. I saw a post that was going back and forth of saying, like, you don't always have to get your hair braided to go.
I saw that post too. I saw that, yeah.
And I think it's true. I think it can go either way. So what is yours?
Well, okay, so if I had my natural hair out and it was longer, I wouldn't prefer that because, if you're on vacation, you're in the water, you're having to manipulate it all the time. So if my hair was longer, I would say braids. But I hate that if I want to go snorkeling, the braids are gonna get wet and then they gotta dry, and then you don't want them to smell and all of that. But I'm wearing my bald, like I'm wearing my natural hair if it's short, because get in the water, get out, it's dry in 5 minutes.
That sounds like freedom. That sounds wonderful. We all gonna have a shortcut.
Yeah. Everybody come booger appointment. Come on in. I got you. We're gonna have some wine, make a toast. Look.
That sounds beautiful. Okay, again, I might be doing a day trip to Houston.
Come.
Okay, another quick question. Since you're a stylist, do you prefer to do your hair or would you rather go to someone else?
I'm doing it myself. Somebody recently reached out to me on Insta and he was like, oh, when would I have the pleasure of cutting your hair? And I'm just like, I appreciate it. Like, I'm flattered, but it has to be right. Like, and then it's short. Like, I don't have anything to work with. So it has to be right. And I have to do it. So
listen, and when you do it so effortlessly, okay, I would do it myself too.
Yeah,
completely get it. And then my last question: what is your favorite Eden product?
My favorite Eden product. First of all, I love the lavender aloe line. Like, that is my favorite Eden product. Is the smoothing gel. I love this product, and it smells so good. I love the leave-in too. The leave-in, and then the hair mask. So yes.
I love this. Thank you. I love that. With the smoothing gel, how do you use it for your hair?
So I'll put it on and then I'll brush my hair and then I'll put my do-rag on and let it, lay down, and it's wavy when I take it off. I didn't today because I just got to do it with it, But yeah, I love doing that with that one. And then when I do like wash day, I do my leave-in conditioner and my hair mask. And then I'll just let it sit on with like a plastic cap for like 30 minutes. Or if I feel like I need to leave it longer, especially with the blonde, because it can be kind of drying, I'll leave it all night and then I'll rinse it out the next morning.
Nice. And okay, this is my second and last question. Since you brought up a mask, I think people sometimes don't realize how important like a mask is for their regimen. Could you let us know why it's needed? Like,
it's so added moisture, and you want to do it like however frequently you wash or shampoo your hair. I typically tell my clients once a week or once every 2 weeks. If you have braids, just whenever you take the braids out. But it's so essential to add a mask to the regimen for sure.
Love that. That. Thank you, Karess. I know we're at time, but please tell everyone where they can find you. We will absolutely put your information in the caption area. So
Yes.
yes.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. It was a blast. Anytime.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for having us. Like, oh, and also, we will put her code on Karess, her first name, her beautiful first name. You will get 15% off on the site as well.
Yes.
This has been wonderful. I mean, I feel like this could have been we could just talk. This could have been so much longer. So thank you.
Thank
Beautiful
you.
spirit, beautiful light.
Thank you so much. Thank you for all your kind words. I appreciate it.
Of course. And please reach out at any time and we will talk to you soon, I'm sure.
Okay. Thank you.